can't play as Tom, so well, whenever you say Shadow, do you want me to count down?
Alright. So let me get in.
I wait.
Alright, yeah, ready.
Okay, make the countdown.
Alright, so I'll start from 3, 3, 2, 1, go.
Good luck,
Good luck.
and let's hope that you don't get that soft luck
Yeah, I
again.
hope that I have saved it in case that happens.
Okay, I'm gonna explain faster how is this. This is in some way a recreation of TV series, so we will just focus on beat Tom as fast as possible. So thanks to this, we can continue to the next stages, and also you will see that literally every stage are the same, but there are some differences that we are gonna talk on a bit. And there are 15 stages in total in all game, and also there are from that 15 stages, one stage, well, 12 stages are trapping up stages where we will try to beat our enemy, in this case Tom, as fast as possible, just to move to the next stage. And also there are 3 special levels that are mission. There are mission. There are, well, that three special levels that you need to make some special missions or requirements to complete them, and we are gonna see that later. Now, for now, this is just simple trap 'em up games. Or if you're familiar with this kind of games, this game is very similar to the spy versus spy game. So on the first and one-player mode, we focus to play as Jerry, as I have said before, and our mission is to beat Tom as fast as possible using a different combination of items and also some traps that will help to us to beat Tom as fast as possible. For the items, there are 3 kind of them on the game. Well, the principal kind of items. The first one, oh, okay, I have my own trap. And there are 2 kind of items. The first one are the melee items, and also the long distance items, talking about all the items you use to attack your enemy. And well, the melee ones are that one that you will use just to hit in this
Nice
case to
game.
hit Tom as fast as possible when you are so close to him, and the long distance ones help you to throw. It works that you need to throw them when you are a bit away from Tom, because well, with the melee ones you can use one item 3 times in a row, and with the long distance ones you just can use it one time, and when you used all when you use them they disappear from your inventory, so you need to go and going out of the room that you have where you have found that item, and also turn back in order to find that item that you want to use again, because depending on the item it's how much damage can you do to Tom, because it's not the same damage that you can do with a melee item instead of a long distance item. And the long distance items makes more damage to Tom, so in some ways they are good to use if you are a bit away from him. But if you're so close, it's not good to use that kind of item, since it takes a little amount of time to the animation starts, the animation of throwing that item starts, so we don't want that to happen, so we're gonna use some melee
Wow,
item.
that gold.
Nice gold.
Yeah, sub 4 in third stage.
Well, if I haven't started to explain the special stages, the special missions, just tell me to start explaining them, just if you are reach them before
I
I
mean,
go.
confused kitted, so.
Okay, you are close to it. I'm on thanks for the memories. And well, and one time when Shadow finishes Confused Kitty, which is the 4th stage of the game. I'm gonna explain the next ones that are special stages. I have lost a big amount of time on Burning Brow. And also, another funny stuff is that if you check the name of the stages, there are in some way like some word game or something like that. So also that helps a lot to the player to identify which items appears on the stages, because depending on the stage and it's which rooms of the house are open. Because for example, not on stages you can access to the kitchen, you can access to the dinner room, the game room, and also to upstairs. And also some items appear and disappear depending also of the stage. So we're gonna try to.
I'm gonna enter in Garden of Eden.
Okay, now Shao's gonna go to the stage number 5 of the game, that are one of the special mission stages that you don't win
Please
beating as fast as possible to your enemy. That in this case is Tom. You need to make some requirements. This one is Garden of Eden, which Shadow is. And on that stage, it appears Quacker, that little yellow doggy that features in some Tom and Jerry episodes.
This is bad RNG, yeah.
And also, this stage are RNG, so based RNG, so it's a big RNG manipulation which you do in order to complete them. So depending also of your position and depending on the position of Tom, it's where does the little ducky will appear. So if you are Jerry, you need to take that duck to the little lake that it's on the garden. But if you are Tom, you need to take him to the oven that it's in the kitchen, and we don't want that Tom's cooked to that little quacker. So
second duck finish it.
Okay, and also I'm gonna start also on Garden of Eden. I'm gonna do an RNG manipulation. Depending on my movements, I can manipulate the position of the dog. If he appears on this next room, okay, I have got a good RNG starting. Because the good pattern is that on that library room, the dog appears. And if we keep Tom in the kitchen, we can manipulate easily the position. But if he reaches the principal part of the house, the dog will be moved to this playroom. So that's still being the God RNG, the God cycle on this game. Now, since he's on the principal part of the house, now the dog will move again. So I will have luck if the dog it's not on the playroom. Okay, it's not on the playroom.
I just had
okay, so this is a new pattern because
3 on the
little dog
and 1 on the hall.
Okay, I need to say that this is a very rare position of the dog, because as you can see, when I have left Doggy at the second time of the lake, Tom was in the house, and when he went out, it took to me a little amount of time to reach that part of the house, and the dog appears. That's something that rarely happens. But also it's good that it happens, because if Tom leaves a room and then of that room the dog appears, it's gonna take a big amount of time to Tom in order to get back again to that room. So it was good in some way, and well, it doesn't matter about the timer because we have our own splits running in background right now.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna continue talking about some traps that you can activate. There are two kind of them. The first one is, for example, that ironing board that makes damage to the character, and the other ones are, for example, like the TV or the radio, that if you activate them, and depending on the character, that he will get distracted. For example, with the TV, if somebody falls on that trap, we'll start to see the Tom and Jerry TV series on it, and if they fall on the radio, they will start to dance. So that's a good point if, in this case, Tom gets on that part, since he will not move. So that's a good point to hit him with a melee item if we got one close. And also a bad patterns, that one that's happening right now, at least for me, that
Same, I
Tom's
got
go
bad
away from the
patterns.
house.
Well,
If
I
if
unlocked the
if Tom
second floor.
goes out to the garden or out of or out of the house literally, and this is gonna be bad since, well,
Activate this,
it will be a bit hard to make he enter to the house, because when he's out of the house, it's a bit harder to beat him. Is it all the distance with the long distance items, and sometimes this game is not precise with the melee items. So you will see that sometimes we are gonna hit Tom, but he he's not gonna take damage, and also that rarely happens when Tom attacks Jerry.
Oh, nice. That
So
was
this is
lucky.
nightfall. That means that now we can go upstairs. That upstairs are available to go.
Yeah,
And I was close
at
to get the
least
tree.
Tom didn't get on the second floor, so
In
was
my
good.
case, he went to the second floor. As you can see,
Oh.
he go upstairs, and also that's a bad pattern since upstairs it's a bit hard to manipulate the position of Tom. So it's also a bit harder to hit him here. So
Alright,
what I'm
so
gonna
next
do is try to move him out and he go downstairs, because here is more easy to manipulate the position of the cat.
That was there.
So on this case, I have made that Tom went downstairs, which was good. So now I'm gonna activate some traps and make that he fall on them in order to
activate traps too.
In order to beat him. And also, as you can see, it's easily that it doesn't matter if you activate one trap. If you don't move carefully, you will fall on that trap too. But also, there's a way to know if a trap is activated, and there are two ways to do it. The first one is a shadow save. You can press R1, and with this you can be careful with your walking, so you will see that if trap is activated or not, because there are like some little yellow stuff that appears next to the trap, and also
nice.
Okay, I just need one hit. And also, I have forgotten entirely what I was going to say. What about I was talking?
Alright, so one more stage and then I can go to the second thing, the spike stage.
Okay, now in the stage number 8, that it's pumping an item. And which stage are you, Shadow? Okay, what happened to the emulator? Okay, hello? What is happening to the emulator? Oh, damn, my controller has turned down.
Oh, your controller
has turned off.
Thought it was emulator.
Right now. Yeah, it was an emulator, but that translates some.
I'm gonna activate the TV just in case. Okay.
It's supposed that I have to charge my controller. It's turning it off, and I don't know why.
Okay, I got it. Okay, nice.
Let's see what happens.
Now he will go to the second floor.
And also, as you can see, I like to do this to take the mouse trap, and then I hit him with the fish, and he will fall on the mouse trap. So that's nice. Something funny for me.
Let's activate it. No.
So the principal point of this game is that it recreates, as I've said before, the animation series. So on one player mode will be a bit boring in some ways.
Okay.
The good point of this is the multiplayer. You have somebody to, if you are with somebody
really
to,
safe.
it's like a multiplayer game. But if you're playing this on a one player mode, it doesn't have a big replay value, because since you finish all 15 stages, you really don't have anything more to do.
Please, please, please.
And also, Shadow, it's blessing to don't get any soft lock, because we have raced this on another marathon on last weekend, and when he entered the special, when he entered the special stages, and we don't know why, but his simulator took a big amount of time to load the game, the stages, and the stages was never loaded. So
I got it in the...
Are you with the spike?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna explain this. In Orman Spike, this could be from the mission stages. This will be maybe the most hardest, not for the RNG, in principally because, well,
Okay,
if you're
lucky.
Jerry, you need to
Really
find
lucky
the
RNG.
instruments that you
Oh,
can
no,
use to wake up Spike, who is sleeping at the living room. But if you are Tom, you need to take them and take the instruments and throw into the trash can that it's on.
I almost
Throw it
got
to
the
trash can that
second
it's on the
thing. I'm gonna lose time.
that it's in the kitchen. And that stage is more easy if you play it as Tom, since that's more faster because Jerry needs to play that instrument, and also depending on the instruments how much time it will take to Jerry to play it.
Time for next
Okay,
one. Please, game.
I'm lost in a big amount of time, unfortunately. And now this is one of the weird. Okay, I have got a three hit. I got 3 hits. That was nice.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Because also, if you do a frame perfect in some way hit with the melee attack, with the melee items that you can use 3 times in a row, and you can get that special cycle that makes extra damage. So that's nice.
Okay, I finished the stage.
And now I'm gonna go to the Irman Spike stage.
What about Tom? I had to do the backup strat for it.
And also, this is another stage that you can manipulate in some way how this works. Because with in Irman Spike, it's still being RNG you can do some RNG manipulation, but it's still being hard in some way thanks to it. Because, well, you need to find a way and... Okay, I have got a crash.
No.
Yeah, my game crashed. Let me see. Yeah, my game crashed.
And I got the TV thing. Nice.
Okay, my game had crashed. But don't worry, I don't know. It's still on black screen, and this is the first time that I have got this crash. It had never happened to me before, so this is so awful.
Seen a crash before on this game.
Okay, I'm gonna see if I have a backup save.
I still have my backup save. No, why don't you went out?
Okay, I'm gonna restart the emulator. Unfortunately, I have got a crash game here, so I'm gonna keep explaining what the shadow is doing. I will try to load again my one backup save file that I have on this, but well, on these last stages there are also another special stage that Tom will not appear, but I'm not gonna say what's gonna happen. I'm just gonna wait that Shadow reach that stage, and when he told me that he's on that stage, I'm gonna explain what happened.
I just have to finish Kid Loves. I finished it.
Okay, so Shadow need to finish another 2 stages to go to another extra stage.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna load that backup save file that I have. But now this, you know, in some way this is good because Shadow got a crash on last weekend on the marathon, and now, well, he got a soft lock, but I got a crash. My game crashed, and it looks like it crashed again when I have load the stage. Okay, now it loads. That's fine. And I am losing data. So I'm gonna explain again what I was gonna do here. In Norman Spike, you need to take these instruments, but also you need to make that Tom keeps out of you, because when Jerry plays the instrument, it will take a little amount of time in order he can finish to play it. So I need to wake up him 3 times, and Tom need to throw that instruments for 3 times. So at this moment you will see that I'm just randomly entering to some stages, but Really, what I'm doing is manipulating the position of Tom, because if I enter to some rooms in a specific order, I will manipulate the position
Thank you.
of the
Okay, there
instrument.
we go.
And now Tom has the other instrument, so I'm gonna try to quit him, but okay, that will
Alright,
be flat.
so one more
He's gonna.
stage and then I can go to
Okay, I
Mechanical.
get it. And now Shadow ran the surprise. I have told him that I don't
I am
say
in law
anything.
and order.
Okay, now he's not in Law and Order, so when he reaches the next stage, I'm gonna explain what happened. Because there are 3 special stages that you don't win when you defeat your enemy. In this case, is different. And
Okay,
hello,
activate this.
okay.
No!
Now I'm gonna go to Kid Ghost, which is the stage
That was lucky.
number 1.
Please
Yeah, that was
don't go
good.
outside, thank you. No. Ah.
And also, I don't know if you have noticed just if our voices led to us, but you can hear the background soundtrack, and if you are familiarized with the animation series,
No.
you will know that the songs are some of the same that we heard on the animation series, but are remastered in some way, as we can consider it like that. So that's a good point if you're a big fan of Tom and Jerry. And it's add some extra points of the game, because this game is so short, as you can see.
It is. Take this now. Can you please game?
And also, that crash, it looks like only happens on emulators, because we or both have played this game on consoles, even on a PS1 and a PS2, and we haven't got that kind of flop logs and crashes.
Activate this.
Okay, that was so bad.
I am kinda losing time.
And I have lost time, but since I have restarted the game and load this backup file,
I mean, I
now
am still ahead, but
I cannot get a PB. And just if I get 1 PB, this will not be a valid run.
Fine. Okay, time for Mechanical.
Okay, I'm gonna explain the stage that Shadow is gonna enter. If you can remember, there's one episode of Tommy Jerry where the Tom's owner was tired that Tom was an old cat and he wasn't able to catch a simple mouse, so she get a new mechanic cat.
No,
and
Mechanic
now
cat,
we
please.
introduce Mechano.
That's a bad RNG. How did he got that?
And that mechanic cat's now the one who appears here, and on a casual gameplay, Mechano will be a bit harder and annoying to beat, since he moves faster and he can make a lot of attacks in a row.
No, I'm not getting the point for it.
Recently we have found a way to beat him as faster as possible in order to don't lose a big amount of time. And also the melee items change here, because instead of you can use them 3 times.
No. Go here,
in a row,
go here.
Like on the stages that you play as Tom, and you can use it on a twice. So you will see that Shadow will go out of a room and he will enter again one time once he wastes the principal item he uses.
I can still say Tiny if RNG in last stage is good. Reminder, last stage is totally RNG, you can manipulate it.
And yeah, the last stage, it's still being RNG based and you can manipulate it, but it's more harder. So in speedrunning, the last stage will be a nightmare, because there's a big chance that your run will die if
Yeah.
you're on a good PvP pace, because
Okay,
it's more
let's
harder
see,
to
where
manipulate
is he?
where
No!
where
He got
the
lucky.
gifts
He got
appear.
really lucky. I think I can reach it.
Well, on that
No,
last
I
stage,
can't.
it
No.
appears
No, I
toothless.
can't. I just wait for the
That
next
white
one.
cat that used to appear
Okay,
in
first one I took it.
some your episodes where Tom tried to make her fall in in love with him.
Time ends when I get the third item and last one.
Okay,
in
that
the
means
trash
that
can.
you're gonna PV.
I think I can
ShadowClaw.
PV. He's maybe.
Okay, now
No, Tom,
Shadow, it's on a good PvP, so
Okay.
I'm gonna keep
Okay,
quiet.
okay. I need to. They
Because
need the
I
last
have to
one
explain what
has to
happened.
be perfect. If not, I'm gonna lose this.
Okay, it doesn't
Second
matter.
one. There we go.
I'm-
There we go. There we go. There we go. Tom,
yeah,
Tom, please. Tom,
I have
please.
entered to that stage.
Go to RNG, please.
I'm gonna switch
Game, please.
because I need
Okay.
to enter the line.
Okay. This is gonna be a good PV. And time. Oof.
25, 24,
24.
GG. That's a PV for Shadow, but well, in my case, I'm not gonna keep
Nice.
trying
That
this.
was a really good PV.
Even if I finish this run, it's not valid since well, I have used I have loaded the backup save, so this run is dead now. I'm just gonna finish here, and now it's time to move to the next game. So I don't know if there will be a little pause or something like that, a little intermission, or did I need to start right now the game? Okay, yeah, I'm just waiting that Shadow tell me that if I'm gonna start right now the next game, or did I need to wait or something.
You're gonna start the next game.
Okay,
So I'm
I'm
just
gonna-
gonna save this. No,
okay,
my sum of space is 22, 29. Decent.
Nice. Nice. Oh well, I'm gonna be back in a while. I'm gonna mute for a bit, so just Shadow tell me when you have to stop the stream. I'm gonna set up the next game right now.
Alright, so I'm just gonna stop stream for now.